Hey guys, what's going on? This is Ladders to Nowhere, and today I have some Halo gameplay. Not the highest score on the team, but that's because I wasn't capturing any of the hills. I was trying to keep the team off of the hills, basically just cutting them off before they could get to our, to the hill area and capture it. So that being said, that's enough of that. That's what the gameplay is. Today I want to talk quickly about religion. And what I'd like to say about religion is I was raised in a Catholic household. I, went to religion classes every Wednesday night. I went to church every Sunday from, the time I was old enough to walk until I was 12, 13, 14 maybe, somewhere around there. So I'm mentioning that because I do actually have a background in a religious upbringing. And at the age of like 16, I decided that I don't believe in religion. I don't have that faith in religion that a lot of people have. And one of the reasons why is because if you stop and think about it, the Bible itself, which I have read, is more so a book of rules and fears and things of that nature in order to control a lesser-minded society. Now, I'm not saying if you believe in religion, you're a lesser-minded person. It's been ingrained and instilled in society that, this religion exists and you're supposed to believe it. However, in, ancient times when religion was first conceived, and I'll say conceived because, I don't believe this happened. So the way I feel about religion is it's a book of rules to control society, to control, the masses. And in these times when it was conceived, it's because, there was a lot of wrong. There was no control. Yes, there were, armies and things like that, which had a policing effect on society. However, there was still a lot of mayhem and nobody was living a certain way with morals and ethics as they would today on their own. So this book was written in order for a select group of individuals. Let's compare them to political leaders today, to put a set of rules in place in order for people to live a certain way that they deem fit. So that's what I feel religion was based on, and it worked. It did its part, and it obviously has stood the test of time with society as a whole. I think today there's a lot more free-thinking, free-minded people who understand that religion is, a false thing. I could talk about this forever. Honestly, I have a lot of views and opinions on that. However, I'm putting this to a quick gameplay, so I'm going to leave that at that and talk about why I don't feel religion is a place today. I'm not one of those people who thinks that, if you put your faith in something, that it's going to necessarily mean there's some better place for you in the afterlife or something more, something greater. I don't believe that. I think the mind works, and when the body itself shuts down, the mind shuts down and everything stops. It's a very depressing way to look at things, but I believe that's what happens. Religion as a whole is just, to me, without some sort of proof, without some sort of convincing or things like that, it seems too far-fetched for me. Like I said, I mentioned I read the Bible, and it's actually a good read. I mean, it's got everything you want a good fictional piece to have. It has, murder and plagues and just everything. I mean, everything's in there. It's actually, a good book, and I'm not saying you shouldn't read it. I think you should. And I'm also not saying you shouldn't believe in religion, because if that's the upbringing you have and you have faith in that, then that's, you know, fine and dandy. That's good for you. I'm glad. You know, I don't ever try to talk anyone out of religion. I'm just kind of giving my views on it. It's something I feel strongly about. My parents are still very religious people. It's just the way I was raised. My sisters both, I think, believe. We don't really talk about it because they know my feelings on it, and it's not a good topic of, you know, conversation for us. But you know, I don't know. You know, if you believe in religion, I'm probably pissing you off. If you don't, you probably have lots of things you would want to talk about. And I would actually like to elaborate on this in further videos and give a little more detail. Maybe do, you know, a long commentary and just add a couple gameplays over it. So I'd like to, you know, in the comment section, let me know how you feel about religion. Are you a religious believer? I mean, do you believe in religion as a whole? Is it something you feel strongly about? Or is it the reverse? Are you more like me? You feel strongly that it's not there. And I believe in living a good life. Let me put that. You know, I don't think religion should fear you into that, but I believe that, you know, it's good to live by a lot of the rules that religion set in place. But I think you should do it for yourself, your own free-thinking self. So I guess that's all I really have to say now. I'll expand later, but have a good one, guys. I hope you enjoy the gameplay and the conversation, and leave comments and everything else. So have fun.